Welcome to the 8672 podcast. I'm Chris.
It's Wise. Peace.
What's this? 15? Episode 15. Episode 15. We back again. You got something you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, I want to say this. You asked me about who had the best verse in 24 Hours to Live.
Yeah.
I got to say, for me, it goes X, Styles P, then Black Rob.
Mine is X, Black Rob, and then probably Styles, yeah. Because I think Kiss was more plain.
Kiss wasn't really Kiss the way I think
actually,
he was
nah. I listened to it too after we talked last week about it, and we said Mase didn't belong on the song. I think Mase didn't belong because of his aura, but I fuck with Mase's verse.
No, Mase's verse was hard.
I think Mase got the third best verse.
He said, I ain't gonna say that.
I do, like.
The rest of them 24 hours.
I turn out all the hoes as heterosexual.
Right.
Smack conceited niggas right off the pedestal. I'll even look for my dad that I never knew to show him how I look in my Beretta too. Yo. When he said, take kids from the ghetto, show them what they can have if they never settle. Take every white kid from high class level. Talk, show them what Christmas like. Run up in the ghetto. Yo. Nah,
listen,
Mase killed that shit.
The rest of them killed it to me, man.
They did,
X,
but nah.
I killed it.
I was kind of shitting on Mase's verse on that song is better than Nori's verse on Band from TV.
No, his verse on that song is better than Cam's verse on Band from TV.
No, that's what we compare it to. Cam, yeah, that's right. It's better than Cam's, yeah, way better. Cause he killed that joint, yo.
Cause Nori said some shit on Band from TV too. He just wasn't the best verse on that joint.
Mase killed 24 Hours to Live. I
don't think he killed it.
I think he did, yo.
See, X killed it because
X was definitely the first.
X got right to the point with the whole joint. Like, you know what? I got 24 hours to live. I'm going after everybody I got beef with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even Styles said,
I probably die on the first.
I'm going to hell, giving it to the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, son. They and Black Rob, he was nice with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think them three, X, Styles, and Black Rob to me.
Yeah, X was crazy. It was like they said, I know exactly where I'm going, but I'm gonna send you there first. And the shit that I be doing, I'm gonna send you there worse. I've been living with a curse, and it's all about the end.
Then he said, if I say hello to my little friend, I'm gonna go to my mother.
Reconcile with my mother. Tell my girl I love her. Like, yo.
Explain to my son.
Yeah.
Tell my girl I love her. Yeah.
When he said, strap with C4, turn Wall Street into a fall.
Yeah.
Out with a bang. You will remember my name. I wanted to live forever. This was the thing. He killed that joint.
Yeah, he cursed it.
And it was the energy that he brought on it. The
Not
video.
Even just that, he was talking real shit.
Yeah.
Like he said, when he said reconcile with his mother, because his mom's dropped him off.
Right.
And so she was coming back and never came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he personalized the 24 verse. Whereas, like, everybody else was like,
what he's saying and listen to what Mase saying, because Mase talking about his pops that never knew him. But you feel X more because it's your moms that did the shit.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see what you mean by that.
You know what I mean?
I say you feel X more because of his delivery, though. The passion.
No, all of that comes with it, but just it's the realness in what he was saying. Like, and he was Styles P too. You know what I mean? Styles was saying some real shit too. What?
I got Mase's verse over Styles' verse on that song. Oh, Braves won 10-0. We've been booty.
I can't say, man. They beat the Yankees.
What's the name? So yeah. Oh, we're talking about Black Rob. Rest in peace, Shock G.
Right.
Rest in peace, Shock G. That's crazy. Like
another New Yorker.
Yeah. Those three was in a week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And X, Black Rob, day or 2 days later? It was a day, right? No, it was 2
No,
days.
it
Because
was
the
2
day
days.
after, that's when everybody was talking about the video he posted.
Right.
It might have been 2 or 3. And then, because it was just like, it was a lot of people like, damn, he looked like he was in bad shape. I think he made it like another day or 2 after that. And then he went and now shot G. So
everything going on with that Black Rob shit is crazy though, man.
well, with the
huh?
with the money, you know?
Man, the dude that allegedly took the bread that from the GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not familiar. What are you talking about?
Well, it's a dude that allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
What they have a
Well,
GoFundMe for his funeral?
the dude that was on Vlad saying that he was in the car when 50 Cent got shot 9 times, started going around. He the one that filmed the video.
Black
He
Rob.
filmed the video of Black Rob in the hospital.
Okay.
Then he went and told people that he was Black Rob's manager. So allegedly, Hove contacted DJ Self from New York, if you don't know who he is. And he was on one of them reality shows, you know what I'm saying, Love and Hip Hop New York, or something like that.
Mm.
But he is, allegedly Hove contacted him and was like, yo, what's the GoFundMe? Then whatever he transpired between him and Hove, the word is that Hove told him, yo, give me a cash app or whatever. So Self went to the dude that was saying that he was Black Rob's manager and told him about a cash app, and allegedly Hove sent 20,000, and now they can't find the 20 bands.
What was the GoFundMe for?
Black Rob, for the funeral. That's when they were saying that that's when allegedly everybody was saying that Diddy wasn't helping out with nothing and things of that nature, and that got cleared up through Mark Curry, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, who was Black Rob's man, you know what I mean? But it's just a messed up situation. Like they were saying, when you around people and you genuinely got love for them, man, like, show them that, you know what I mean, that you love them while they living. You know what I mean? Don't do that shit. Yeah, that, you know what I mean? Because when people die, shit get real with family trying to take what they could take and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just crazy, man. But, you know, you got people like right now, you got DJ Self, who was reached out to from this guy, allegedly, and it ended up being his contact, you know what I mean, which brought Jay-Z in, like, yo, what can I do since you trying to start a GoFundMe, you know what I mean, what do we need? And now Homeboy take the money. They said Homeboy called Puff and told Puff, yo, he need like a 4 or 5 bedroom condo for at least a year. He need a luxury SUV for a year, like trying to extort P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All in the name of Black Rob while he was sick. You know what I mean? So, you know, you gotta be careful, man. Like they say, watch the people you're around, because a lot of times you really won't know who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Because they have an agenda, and they ain't gonna expose themselves to you like that. But his situation is getting ugly, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. When you see like Swiss was saying, that made me think about like when he said you need to write your will, like have a will. So like when you pass, if you pass unexpectedly or whatever, you don't have family members arguing about who gets what and things like that, because when emotions are running high and feelings are hurt because of the loss, a lot of times there's irreparable damage that can happen in situations like that. So like that was kind of eye opening. Not even knowing the particulars of the situation, but him saying that, I was like, damn, like that's something that I'm going to do in the very near future. I'm saying very near future. I need to do it like as soon as possible. But it's one of those things. I seen that because 'cause I watch a lot of true crime documentaries too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's always like weird when people be like, oh, approach their spouse and be like, yo, let's write a will. You know what I'm saying? Because you be thinking like, yo, well, why is this person coming to me talking about a will? Like, the only way this will come into play is if I was not here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you start, like, me personally, like, I think if my wife came to me about a will, like, my initial thought would be like, well, why she, you know what I'm saying? Not even going to, like, the intelligence of that move for, like, future and when it needs to come into play. But you just like, and I would think that she probably looked at me like that, like, yo, this dude got some plan. Like, why we need to write a will? He mid-30s, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing? But it is the actual smart move, because the last thing you want to be dealing with when you grieving is extra drama. Like, the passing of your loved one is drama enough, stress enough, than to have to go into, like, yo, money and who gets what and whose feelings is going to be hurt if they don't get X, Y, Z. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna get on top of, because I don't want that. Like, if I go unexpectedly or whenever I go, I don't want people fighting over money. I mean, that's a sucky situation. Or put my loved ones in a situation where they gotta struggle because of things that I didn't take care of while I was here.
The way I look at it is, I've been had all that with insurance policies, and one, I know DMX made me realize that I didn't change it, you know what I mean? Because there's people involved that will be able to touch money that shouldn't have nothing to do with nothing, you know, monetarily, because most of my kids are grown now, so, you know what I mean? My whole thing is just leave it to the kids, because you don't know how your relationship gonna be with your in your current relationship and things of that nature. And if you leave it to the kids and kids underage, that's fine. When they get to a certain age, you can stipulate that they get a piece of the money, not all of it, and you do it like that. You know what I mean? That was one thing that I was always taught. My grandfather taught me that early. Like, yo, when you start doing this stuff, you don't leave it to nobody but them kids. Whatever kids you have, if you don't have no kids at the time, you know what I'm saying, then you pick somebody that you're going to leave it to and things of that nature. But I know one of them, I definitely got changed. And I remember asking for the paperwork, but I never changed it, you know what I mean? And the paperwork at my crib now, but that's real. Yeah. That's definitely real.
Yeah, like, even things like I got it a few years ago, but like life insurance, like, I was just, you know what I'm saying, like, you get the basic coverage. Huh? No, not beneficiaries. Like, that's a part of my normal, like, health insurance. I'm talking about taking out an independent life insurance policy.
Your life insurance is to say who's the beneficiary.
Yeah.
Happening.
Yeah, but I'm not saying, like, with work it's the same thing.
No, I'm saying life insurance, work, your regular insurance at your job is one thing, but your life insurance, when they say beneficiaries.
No, I get that. That's not where I was going with the life insurance policy, though. What I was saying is, like, you have your basic life insurance that's provided by your job, but taking out another independent life insurance policy is also something that's beneficial, because this stuff is expensive, and the last thing you want to leave your family with is a bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going, you don't want to, like I said, add more stress to the situation. And I know everybody can't control it, all the time. You know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, with these situations, because you brought up that comment with the Black Rob, and then what Swiss said with DMX's situation. These are real situations that happen every day. That's just my 2 cents on it.
It is what it is. I know I was almost in that situation a couple of years ago, so shit definitely get real, and you never know when it's your time to go. You know what I mean? So, but it's crazy. But I will say this to the kids out there that you know what I mean. Don't act funny now, and then be looking for a handout when your people die. You know what I mean? Because I was looking at somebody today, and it was crazy that he did it like that, and he said it. He was like, listen, I'm making a living will right now. If I die today or tomorrow, my 2 kids are not to be able to enter my funeral. They don't fuck with me now, don't fuck with me when I'm dead. And then he was like, if I die before my mother, give my mother the money, and then my mother will give my grandkids, they divvy it up with my grandkids, but my daughters, it happened to be 2 girls. He was like, my 2 daughters ain't getting nothing. He was like, and if y'all don't see me reconcile a situation with them before I pass, they don't get nothing, but their kids get everything I got. Now, what they choose to do when they get a certain age, if they want to help their mothers out, that's on them. But they ain't getting nothing, and I don't want them or their mother in the funeral. Things get real, man, and you gotta think about stuff like that. Like, as much as you don't want to think about it like that, you really have to. You gotta look at things as good as things could be today, they could be just as worse tomorrow. You know what I mean? But hopefully, with your children, you don't have that roller coaster ride where you gotta look at them funny like that. Cause that when he said it, I was like, damn, that's some real right there. You know what I mean? But it's truthful though. I respect the honesty in that, and you know the transparency and all that. It is what it is.
Speaking of, like, that kind of leads into something I was thinking about the other day. Not even something I thought we were gonna talk about, but like bucket list shit. Like, it's like you said, you don't know when you gonna go. You got like bucket list items, things you want to do before you're not here no more.
Not really.
You don't got nothing. You've done everything you ever wanted to do.
Nah, but you know, you pretty much most of the stuff I want to do, I could do. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like go to Africa before I die. It ain't nothing real crazy like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't get to do it, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, damn, I ain't get to do that.
Shit, I got a lot of bucket list items. Like, Africa is definitely one, but I don't want to do Africa trip like how I want to do Africa trip like now, but I want to do it and be able to do it where I can spend a good amount of time at each place that I visit, to where I can really appreciate what I'm taking in. So like a week at a destination at a time. It would be something that I would want to do, like a trip to Africa. I want to drive across the entire country. Like, I want to go to every state. I want to drive through every state, but I gotta do it. Like, I couldn't do it in like no, like, not luxury style RV, because I don't want to bring my own gas. I want to bring gas, so I don't have to necessarily stop in every state. And I want to be able to have food and stuff on board. But like, that's something I want to do. I want to visit. I don't know why, because I don't like the cold, but I want to visit Antarctica. I want to go to every continent, but Antarctica I'm really interested in, just to see what it's like out there. My dream state, this would be a part of the traveling all through the U.S. I don't know why I've been obsessed with South Dakota since I was in 3rd grade when we had to do a geography assignment. But there's nothing out there, but you got Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills, which is like a kind of like wilderness reserve, like state park type deal. But I want to go out there. I don't know, I got a lot of stuff, man. Like, um, like Bora Bora and shit. Like I wanna see that. That flight is crazy. That's over 20 hours, but like the way like the water and stuff look over there, and like you got the tiki huts and the way it looks, it's crazy. There's like a spot they had I seen this in St. Martin too though, but it's like beach, but you could walk on water. Because like the right and left is deep, but like the beach meets up, like it looks so dope, and you can go to like another quote island, like walking through the ocean. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like that in St. Martin too. Like that was dope. But yeah, and this is what's that place? Iceland. They got the natural hot tubs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that I forget what they call that natural. I call it the natural light show.
All right, I know.
Yeah, the joint where the sky be like green and pink. Like that looks crazy. And they got black sand beaches out there.
Right.
That looks ill.
Like I said, see stuff like that. Like if I could do it, I'd do it. It ain't like pretty much most of the stuff that I would want to do. You know what I mean? I did. Like, you know what I mean? When I remember being asked in school, maybe like junior high, like the first, second year in high school, like it was like, what do you want to do? And it was like, I want to make it to C-25 type shit. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, I could say I lived a fulfilled life. Like, you know, I did a lot of things that a lot of people just either don't want to or can't do. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm considered blessed. You know what I mean? I had my ups and I had my downs. So, if I happen to go tomorrow, I ain't leaving with no regrets. Like, I couldn't do that, or can I do this? Can I stay one more day to be able to do this, that, and the third? Like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Now, when I say bucket list, these are things like that I definitely want to do before I die. But that's not to say I'm not. I don't even like the word content. I'm not pleased with the life that I've lived, and things that I've got to experience. I'm definitely grateful for the things for my downs and my ups. My downs more so than my ups, to be honest, because anytime things happen that were like bad, or quote unquote bad, and I'm not saying that like I took it on the chin like a G, like if it hurt, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you could see I felt that hurt. But looking back on it, hindsight is 2020. Like the bounce back was real every time. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why like I say I appreciate the downs more than the ups. But like bucket list though, my bucket list kind of grows. But like I be like yo, I just look at it like it's so much world, and it's crazy for me. Cause I'm like not an outdoors person like that. But I think like things like the mountains and the woods and stuff like that is mad dope until I hear some shit that I ain't supposed to hear. You know what I'm saying?
See, I did that in New York. Like people don't realize how big New York is. Even though like Texas is the biggest state, but you go upstate New York, man.
Yeah, no.
You be like
the Catskills is crazy.
You ain't like the water. It ain't like the Hudson River. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like it's like that's one place. Like your wilderness is different wherever you go.
No, I feel you on that.
That's why.
What I'm saying is, for me, you know what I mean, like.
Cause we did that here. Like I did that here, camping and all that stuff. But it's not the same.
You know what I mean? But it's like I feel like once you camp, you camp. All you're doing is looking at different animals. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. I've seen coyotes.
You don't have a favorite animal? You don't have a favorite animal?
Nah, not really. I could deal with a dog or a cat.
No, I'm talking about wild animals. Rams is fucking dope.
They dope. They excite me.
My boy saw one on the side of the road in Colorado.
The crazy thing about like animals, lions, like those kind. I'm not just gonna say lions. All kind of cats in trees. You know what I'm saying? And elephants too. Because it's crazy because I always thought about it. Why do they call the lion the king of the jungle when they scared of elephants?
I don't know lions to be scared of elephants.
Lions are scared of elephants.
I've never seen that.
A pack of elephants will run lions to fuck up out of them.
That doesn't mean they're scared of them though.
No,
I've seen lions
not,
attack elephants.
Yes, if they catch a straggler, they're gonna attack anybody.
Yeah.
If you look at it, if you look at, like, I'm in the wildlife show.
Yeah, me too.
When a lion kills an animal and they trying to eat, even the hyenas will run a
That's what
lion.
I was gonna say when you said about the elephant.
I've seen where a pack of it'd be a pack of lions, hunting lions, which is mostly the females. Well, all the females. But if a group of elephants come through and they put that baby in between them lions ain't fucking with them elephants.
They can't.
Listen, that's why I'm telling
but
you.
I'm
they
not
understand that, yo.
But that's not them being scared. I mean, that's just the law of nature. Like, if
but you would think that a lion couldn't fuck with a giraffe.
No, not necessarily. No, because of the way a giraffe is built, the way and the way that a giraffe has to defend itself.
So what about a rhino?
Rhinos are one of the meanest animals in Africa.
They don't run from them.
What? But they're. What you mean? Who don't run?
I've never seen a lion unless a lot of them charge them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got.
That's with any animal though. Like if they're outnumbered, they're gonna run.
Hear what I'm saying? I'm saying a pack of lions try rhinos before they try a pack of elephants.
I mean, I don't know that to be true.
Everything that I've seen, and I watch this on a regular.
Nah, I do too. Like, so that's like the only thing I do watch.
That's why if you notice, you don't see too many times them messing with. They don't. It's not too many shows that you will see a lion, a pack of lions going after a pack of elephants. They'll show everybody else in the jungle.
Yeah, because it's equal. Like
What's equal?
As far as like if they have a high probability of winning, they don't have a high probability of winning a pack of lions with a pack of elephants. It takes too many of them to get one.
Hey, listen.
That's what I'm just saying. It's
like
a strategy.
Said, a rhino is one. An elephant ain't.
But a rhino's not as tall.
Right, but they're not mean temperament. Elephant ain't mean temperament. So a rhino is gonna match the energy that a lion gives.
It's the leverage of the kill. Like that's how that works in nature. Like,
no, I understand what you're saying.
So like,
but I've
it's
seen
not
a
smart.
pack of lions, like, not even trying.
Yeah, but that's not them being scared of them. It's just like, yo, like, all right.
So maybe scared is the wrong narrative, but they smart enough to know to leave them alone when they coming through. As long as that baby ain't straggling, they leave them alone. Let them go do what they gonna do.
Yeah, because they have a way more a higher percentage of another kill. Like, that's not smart.
And it's crazy because
the hippo is way higher than the
most dangerous animals in the wildlife. Right?
Hippo is the most dangerous animal in Africa. It kills the most humans every year.
I ain't talking about humans.
But I'm just talking about it is the number one.
You know how far they go open their mouth?
Huh? I don't know that measure, but I know that the number one most dangerous animal.
There and they have the diameter in their head.
And the force in when they chop down, they kill lions too.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
and they can swim and they pass all land.
Yeah, no. But they was like when because I watched a hippo documentary and they was talking about like the amount of human kills they have each year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like they're far away. Like you would think the lions would be up there because of like the king of the jungle mystique, but yeah, the hippos is crazy and they're really emotional.
Right.
So that's why they just be flipping out.
Well, that's why people need to stay away from that habitat. Like a lot. What got me into watching them kind of shows is to see one of them people get ate the fuck up.
Yeah, I follow this. This is probably one of my favorite followers on IG. It's called Nature is Metal, and these people be in that habitat filming. Yo, like you said, cats intrigue you. Like watching like these lions and leopards when they pick off these like antelope and stuff. That's like when I tell you they be moving,
right.
Like it'll be like. And the crazy thing is like some of the videos I be having to watch like 4 or 5 times in a row to even see where the lion, leopard, or whatever came from to get the kill. Cause the way they can blend in is crazy. Like it like the National Geographic shows don't do it justice. Like from this level, cause like it was like the wheat, like haze was like blowing in the wind. You couldn't see anything. Like and they were just sitting there filming. The antelope just running, and you just knew something was gonna happen because the caption was like not so fast. The last one came, all you just saw was a cloud of dirt.
Right.
And it was just like, and once the cloud went away, you just seen the animal sitting there and it's just gnawing at it, just holding it until life is gone and then they just eat it alive. Like, or eat it like straight up right there. It's crazy, like watching it, like them just feast. And like you said, the hyenas, they're descendants of dogs, so they're pack animals. So like they'll come around with like 10 hyenas. But like if it's a pride of lions, they won't be able to do it.
They'll circle them to try and break them up.
Yeah, but I saw the one where they caught one by themselves. It was what they do is they're relentless too. So like they'll play, like they'll just run around them in circles, getting the lion, moving all over the place, and then one of them will come in and bite their tail and then run away. It's like they playing tag, but this could go on for like 20 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just like, all right, we gonna get you. You eventually gonna get tired. Like it'd be crazy, but that's like really interesting to me, and how much we are like them.
But the crazy thing is, and I know you don't like them, but people be having cats.
Oh, house cats, hell no.
But they don't pay attention to the house cat. Like I had 2 different. Well, this one cat was totally different.
Jamie?
No.
That's why I don't like cats.
Fluffy is the one that jumped out the window, and I was so mad at these people because was it Fluffy? Whatever cat that jumped out the window when they was changing the windows in the building. You got one cat a house cat. I'm talking about a house cat. Most house cats, they'll what's the name? They'll kill a mouse or a bird if you let it out in and out, and bring it to you for a treat, like a reward, right? But the last cat I had, this was bugged out. It wouldn't bring the mouse back. It would eat the mouse. And if you came and interrupted, like if you came walking out to wherever she had the cat, the mouse, she would run off and hide so she could finish eating.
Without
and
you watching
if you saw blood on the floor and you go to get a mop or something or a tissue, she would come and lick that blood up. Real talk. But if you ever watch them hunt in the house, it's just like a cat in the wilderness.
Yeah.
When they get low, they get on their hind legs, and their ass go up, and their head get low.
That shit give me.
And they just be watching.
Chills thinking about right
they
now.
just be watching, and I like that kind of shit. And on top of that, they low maintenance. Because all you gotta do with a house cat is take it to the litter box 2 times. You take it to the litter box twice. That cat know where that litter box is. They ain't going to the bathroom like a dog. And I like dogs too. But a dog gotta be walked. You know what I'm saying? And a dog wherever he gotta go to the bathroom, that's where he go in the bathroom at. Whereas a cat will straight up go not only in that litter box, but it's gonna try and cover it up so you don't even know that it went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I can't get with cats. Cats make my hair stand up. Like when they get low like that just I'm scared of cats, man. Danny gave me a phobia.
Yeah, but all animals they smell fit.
Yeah. I don't fear dogs though. Like I love dogs.
Yeah, but it's a difference. Like if you got a dog, if somebody got a dog that you know ain't to be played with, you ain't going in.
You got cats that's like that.
I ain't never seen a cat. I've
I've
seen Siamese cats that was bugged out, but they don't bother me.
I mean, that's like you got people that got fish and birds that's like that.
Yeah, I had Oscars that would jump out.
Like
I've
seen somebody's house where like the parakeet, if you wasn't the owner, like or if you walked in the room that the parakeet was in, and you wasn't the owner, that joint would flip out. You know what I'm saying? Now you take it out of the cage, it would have been pecking the out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so, like that. I think that's with any animal. I love dogs.
That was my first devastation. I had 2 parakeets. Word up. From Grandma Madeline, she gave me her birds when she left, and they both died, and they made me flush them down the toilet.
Oh, down in Virginia?
Nah, in New York. They was like, yo, you gotta do something with the birds. Flush them. And Daddy was like, yo, flush them down the toilet. That's facts. Word up. And take the birds and flush them down the toilet.
Yeah. Nah. My first pet was a fish. We ain't never had it. Mommy was scared of but I think in the beginning I was scared of dogs too. So
I had a dog too.
No, I never had anything.
She was scared of it, but that was the dog that we had, Cosby. Facts. When we lived on 10th Avenue and 4th Street.
Yeah. My mother is funny with dogs, though. It's not funny because I know what that's like for cats. But, like, it don't matter, like, the size of the dog or nothing. And that's, like, the first thing she asked you. Y'all got dogs?
That dog was crazy because Daddy would feed it, besides dog food, he would go get McDonald's.
What kind of dog was this?
It was a German Shepherd. He would go get McDonald's hamburgers, right? This is facts. A plain hamburger, he might put ketchup on it, no onions, right? But he would take the part of the burger that didn't have no ketchup or condiment on it and put mad black pepper and gunpowder in the Word up.
That's not funny. That's fucked up.
That's facts. Cosby, he would take the bullet, open it up, sprinkle the gunpowder, put the gunpowder and wild black pepper, and flip the burger over so the dog just be eating that shit. That shit was crazy. I was like, damn. Word up. But then you got people that's dog whisperers like V.I. V.I. is a fucking dog whisperer like a motherfucker.
V.I. The viewer.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? He like my cousin, but I'm telling you, I seen people with the meanest dogs. And he be like, yo, that dog ain't shit.
I ain't never seen him go up to Coach JB's dog, that chow.
Because he probably wasn't around. I'm telling you, my man had a dog. My man had a dog. Dog hated everybody. So he would bring the dog around like being funny with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we sitting in the parking lot drinking and shit, and we'll see him coming like, here he come with this fucking dog, man. You know what I mean? Like, it was a pit. You know what I mean? So one night, we out there, everybody fried. And Vic was there that night. So he coming, and the dog is going ape shit. Vic was like, yo, let him off the leash. He was like, nah. yo, he'll bite you. He was like, let him off the leash. So Vic had a water bottle. Real talk, he had a water bottle. He was like, let him off the leash, let him go. So he was like, yo, Vic, everybody, I was like, yo, I'm in my truck, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm rolling the window up and all that shit. So everybody, like, getting in the cars and shit, but they watching. Vic, the only motherfucker outside in the parking lot. So the dog is barking. So he was like, you for real? Vic was like, let him go. He let the dog go. The dog came charging at Vic. Vic was like, yo, stop! Come here. You ready? Come here. Took the water bottle. Come here. Go get it. Bring it back! Dog picked the water bottle up, brought it back. Yo, my man was tight. Vic was like, yo, Wise, what they call me? I was like, you the dog whisperer, man, but go ahead. He like, yo, open the door. Nah, I ain't opening the door because I don't fuck with the dog. You know what I mean? This dog in the crib biting up all kind of shit. And my man was like, yo, he do this shit to everybody dog. I don't give a fuck how mean your dog is.
Yeah, he should have ran a facility.
Huh?
I said he should have ran a facility.
Yeah, he had two pits, right? He had two pits. And anybody from Mount Vernon that watch this know what I'm talking about right now, what I'm about to say about one of his pits. Once I get into this shit, they're going to start laughing. You could be burning it down with them, right? The pit will be sitting right here. You bring the pit. Come in. Pit comes, look him right in his face. You cover the pit nose with both hands like this. You know what I'm saying? In his mouth. Blow it up and blow the smoke up in. Sit down. You pass the shit. When he pass the L to you, the dog will be like this. You pass her. Pass her. Till he get back to Vic. Then sit right there, be quiet. If Vic didn't blow it in his nose and shit, he was looking at Vic. Her. And Vic be like, yo, shut up. But what? He's a dog whisperer. People in the hood know that I don't give a fuck how mean you think your dog is. He'd be like this, yo, let him go. Come here. Get over here. Sit down. And dudes be like this, yo. Nah, yo, the dog don't, yo, let the dog go, man. Come here. Dog be playing with him and shit like, nah.
Nah, yeah, I want a dog. I think I'll eventually get one.
My next dog probably gonna be a bull mastiff. But they said it gotta be, like it's very protective, but at the same time, you can't be timid with the dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then the dog could take over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. But that's what any dog, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I want a Cane Corso. I like their build.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah. Cane Corso is Italian. I don't know. Like,
no, they got the Cane Corso, which is the Italian. Then you got the French Corso. You got different breeds of them and shit like that. But they all pretty much in the same family.
Mm-hmm.
But the dog that I really want, they cost too much.
What?
Best guard dog ever. What kind of dog you think is the best guard dog?
What?
A German Shepherd is the best guard dog, period. That's why police be having.
Mm.
But the red German Shepherds, remember when Gucci was talking to Charlemagne and he was like, yo, nobody don't give a fuck about them dogs.
Yeah.
They fuck around, bury one of them dogs. That's the dogs he's talking about. For real. Because them dogs, and they don't, I don't even think they breed them over here. You got to get them from over there. But they're red. I don't want to say red canine German, but it might be something like that. But the breed is the red breed.
Mm-hmm.
Vicious dog, man. Vicious, worse than a pit.
Yeah.
But like you listen to somebody like Star. Star's a funny dude. And when I had Prince, I used to always think about this shit. Star said he had a arcade candy store in Brooklyn. He said he had two pits, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said Niggas ran up in the store, robbed it. The Pitts was sleeping during the whole robbery. He said, and you know, he tell you he carried guns and shit. He legally licensed. He said he didn't never want a dog. He said, but he went and got them poodles. Nah, real talk. And I noticed this shit about them shit. People be upset about them shits, but if you notice, them little poodles, them pocket poodles and shit, and dogs like Miss Jenny's had, Taylor and shit like that, them with Shih Tzus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Star said, them be the dogs that a motherfucker won't come in your crib for because they making so much noise. Like they hear you approaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They barking.
They're like an alarm.
Right. Whereas a pit, yo, depending on how you bred that pit, you know what I'm saying? A pit probably won't say nothing. Then my man, he got a Doberman, and his shit was crazy too. His shit was crazy. Well, I told him I ain't coming back here. I ain't coming back here because the dog will let you walk in, won't say shit to you, won't look at you. You sit down, he'll walk past you, sniff you and all that, and then go lay at the door.
You won't leave.
You can't leave. Like when my man, like you leaving, my man be like, yo, let me go get the dog, just chill. That dog know you trying to leave, and he starts going ape shit, because he's pulling him away from the door. Because he would get up, like I said, you can walk in, he act like he paying no mind. As soon as you sit down like we sitting down, he'll walk by, sniff you and shit, like not even playing with you, just be sniffing all around you. And then he go lay right at the door. Lay there. Just be laying right there.
Yeah. Now, the meanest dog I haven't really encountered, like, in my personal experience, mean pits. Like, all of the pits that I've encountered have been mad nice.
Because they're only let everybody pet them.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't, like, I think you do it. I wouldn't raise like a mean dog. I would want it to be friendly with those who's in my house, but also there's a way you can do it to where, and I'm not a dog trainer. I'll probably pay somebody to train my dog, but like to where like they're friendly to people that come into your house, but like at a certain point they understand when it's like, all right, this is a potential threat versus like how we would approach introducing them to somebody that's coming into the house. Because that's where, I think that's what they say, like, that's how you can differentiate between the two. Like, when anybody comes into your house, you're with the dog, so you are directing the dog to, like, almost like a handshake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You bring the dog over, have it sniff, you know what I'm saying? And then it's cool, but it's real militant, like, and it's tedious. But, like, that stuff, it pays off if you needed them to be guard dogs versus being friendly dogs. But chows, I've never met like a chow that wasn't mean. Like, and my boy Kev, he had one bear. I'm not sure if they still got the dog, but that joint wouldn't let anybody. The only reason it was nice to me is because I was actually at his house the day they brought that dog home.
Right, because he smells you.
Yeah.
But that's why when I had Prince in the neighborhood, the dude ain't there no more. He used to fight pits. But he had a bull mastiff. So he was telling me like, yo, my dog is more catered to what you need than your dog. So, you know, I ain't, growing up in New York, you don't be going to no dog park. You know what I mean? You go outside and, you know what I mean, your dog is right there with, you know what I mean, just on the block. But one day I took Prince to the dog park, and he had his dog up there. So his dog, at the time, they were the same age, but his dog was heavier than Prince, and it looked like his dog was dominating Prince. So I was sitting there, and I was like, and he was like, yo, you bugging. I was like, what? He was like, yo, I can see how you looking. He was like, watch, give it a few minutes. Your dog ain't used to playing with another dog yet. You know what I mean? You walk him, and and you do a good thing, you don't let nobody pet him. He was like, well, watch. Your dog's instincts getting ready to take over, and my dog ain't gonna fuck with him no more. Sure enough, they wrestling, and Prince got up on him, and then the bullmaster didn't want to play no more. For real, he didn't want to play no more because now Prince is being aggressive. He started learning how to be aggressive and all that. But they bullmasters, picks, all that, like.
Yeah, just like, I mean, it's the thing, that's what I said, we were talking earlier about, like, nature, like, how we act from. Because just like that whole situation you described with Prince, that happens with little boys in school. You know what I'm saying? You go to school, like, if you didn't have, like boy cousins or a brother around your age, and you never wrestled with nobody, you go to school the first time, like, you roughhousing with somebody, you probably got dogs, because you like, oh, I didn't know like this, be like this. And then you go a couple of times, and you're like, all right, well, and then you realize your capabilities, and everybody else realize your capabilities too. And then it may or may not ever happen again. So, it's the same.
That shit was crazy, but I was like, yo, you know what? Pitch. And it's crazy because I didn't think Bull Masters was like that until I really looked it up. Like, and they was like, yeah, they definitely protective of the people in the house, and they just gotta have stern leadership because they will flip out.
What's your ideal color?
I like. See, Prince was a pretty black with that the white, but then. I like that gray. I like that gray.
Blue fit?
Yeah. Prince was a blue brindle, but that grayish color. Now Nicole had a dog that was bananas. He was gray with hazel eyes. Word. And now I like her dog. Her dog, it's like that color gray, like not a light gray. It's like a dark, almost dingy gray. But this fucking dog had hazel eyes, man. Like a cat.
Yeah, I like the dark brown brindle. That's what I like. It's almost like a Bengal stripe, but it's darker than that. And I like the white belly with that. And if I could like go to like a design your dog lab, the paws, like the tip of the paws would be white with the brindle on it. That joint and like the tip of the tail, like them joints, them brindle joints is mad nice.
Yeah, as soon as I move, I'm going to give me a bull mastiff because I done found the breeder and all that. Yeah. And they said they'll train it too.
I don't know if they this is like a how they get this color, but it's like a gray, like Dalmatian looking joint, but it's not a solid dot, like not a solid dot. I can't even describe it, but it's mad pretty. It's gray with like black dots.
Nah, them is some nasty fucking dogs too.
Dalmatians? Yeah.
Them dogs is nasty.
I've heard that they were mean. I never encountered
them dogs is mean, man. Them dogs is mean. For real. Them and Great Danes.
See, I had experience with a Great Dane that was mad nice.
And I'll tell you, this is another dog, man, that I'm forgetting about. It's like this shit it was a pretty dog. Yo, the dog, I was at a softball game, and the dude had the dog, right? And he was like, I was like, yo, the dog looked crazy. Like, it looked like a mixture, it looked like a mutt, but it was like a hunting dog. So the dude was like, I can't do it right here. He was like, you walking up to the parking lot? I was like, yeah. He was like, you want to see something? I was like, yeah. No bullshit. He was like, all right, we got to go by a tree with birds in it. So I was like, of course, birds attract their attention and shit. This motherfucker took this dog off the leash, and all you heard was the birds chirping in the tree, and this motherfucker climbed the tree. For real, he looked up, and it was like he was on it. And next thing you know, he was like, get it. I was like, wow. And he told me what it was. It was like it's some kind of hunting dog, but it's sleek in the nose area. They got some shit for you.
But I don't need all that. I'm good. But what's that $3? I forgot what I was about to ask you. You was talking about that dog. There was something building off of that. Oh shit. We got the NFL draft tomorrow.
Facts.
What pick you ready got?
17.
What you want them to do with 17 pick?
I want Parsons, but I'm not sure if he's gonna make it there.
I saw people mocking Kentucky linebacker, y'all.
I like him too. I like him. I think we're gonna go after offensive lineman, which is okay, but I would go after if Petty was there, I would take Petty.
You talking about Kwity Paye?
Kwity Paye.
I as a Michigan fan, I ride with Bucky Brooks on his take with defensive ends. If they don't get sacks in college, it's not likely they're going to get sacks in the pros.
Hey, listen, I like Paye. I like the nose tackle from Alabama too.
Christian Barmore.
Mm-hmm. I don't like what I'm seeing everybody saying we're going to take. Because I don't like them linebackers, their linebackers ever. And y'all got one to show me that they trash. And that's the kid from Notre Dame, man.
That kid's different though.
I don't like their linebackers.
And I think Jalen. I think the what happened with Jalen is that injury, because he ain't the same as what he was when he was there either. But
I wasn't a fan of him when he was there before he got hurt.
I thought he did.
As
a Michigan fan, he was all over the place.
Against y'all.
Against everybody.
Nah, because I'm gonna tell you something. How you grade Notre Dame is like their coach said this year. Whenever they play them top schools, yeah, Ohio State, your Clemson, your Alabamas, them top-notch schools, they get the doors blown off them. So
you didn't get to see him in that game, though.
Yes, I did.
No, he got hurt early in that game. Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith played enough that.
Not in that game.
Okay, I'm talking about Homeboy.
Oh.
Homeboy, right now, they played against Alabama.
Yeah.
He didn't do too much of nothing in his highlight.
Yeah, I mean, he had some plays in that game, but what I'll say is this, and this is why I say, like, football is the ultimate team sport. You can have, like, when you playing against Alabama, you dealing with 5 stars at every position, pretty much.
Right.
Like, it's as the one guy on your squad that's like that, you not gonna show up like that against an Alabama. Cause I use that same argument when people be like, yo, and I like Patrick Surtain. Like, I want the Cowboys to take J.C. Horn though, out of South Carolina, the corner from South Carolina. Patrick Surtain, like, everybody like, yeah, his game was clean. He went to Alabama. You know, he was coached by Nick Saban, and I get all of that, and I agree. But what my point is with Patrick Surtain, and what worries me about Alabama players, and all of them, is you are, if you were ass or you were subpar, it's going to be covered up because you got so much talent around you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, from a Patrick Surtain standpoint, like, your defense, like, your front seven at Alabama is the best front seven in college football most years, right? So, as a cornerback, you really don't got to cover that long. You know what I'm saying? Because your pass rush is going to get there. If it's not, your defense is going to be your interior defensive lineman. And if it's not them, it's going to be the blitzing linebacker. You got talent all over the place, and not many offensive lines can match up to it. You know what I mean? So as a corner there, you benefiting heavily from that. Whereas like a J.C. Horn, you playing at South Carolina, he's not. They're not lining up every week.
What conference is that?
SEC. You know what I'm saying? But like he's playing against all of these people too. But he's the dog of his defense. You got a guy like Kyle Pitts. Everybody talks about he's a generational talent. They asked him who was the toughest person that he ever faced, who has ever covered him. He said J.C. Horn. He's also played Patrick Surtain.
Right, but Pitts being a tight end, I'm not sure. You gotta look at how many plays.
Horn,
I'm not talking about Horn.
Oh.
I'm talking about with Surtain. How many plays did that he was on him, being that he was the tight end?
Yeah.
In order to make that analogy. I
feel you, but that also speaks to my point. J.C. Horn, when South Carolina played Florida, their top receiving threat is Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
Your J.C. Horn on South Carolina, our only shot is for you to cover this dude.
Okay.
Alabama playing them with Patrick Surtain, they don't got to do that. So that's my point. Is like,
I know what you're saying as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, listen, man.
And he was going off until he got hurt in that
SEC championship.
He was going off.
I look at it like this. When you go to these schools like Notre Dame, and this is why I'm speaking from their linebacking core and things of that nature. These dudes don't impress me when they playing against that top-notch talent that you're going to see in the league.
No, I feel you. I agree with you what you're saying about Notre Dame.
Like they said, in the league, the league is totally different than college. Everybody's 5-star in the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have no teams where the worst team in the league will fuck around and blow out of Alabama.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
I'm telling you, man. You got.
I think Alabama might have gave Jacksonville a run for their money.
You got people that say that shit.
I believe
but when you talk about 5 stars on 5 stars at every position, son, and then you talking about grown men too.
Yeah, nah, you are. But what I will say is,
and I forgot who said that because they was talking about a team a couple of years ago.
I know that 2001 Miami Hurricanes team would have beat the worst team in the NFL that year.
They say that, but yo, I don't know, man. And Miami's my second team, unless they play in Nebraska. But I don't know.
That 2001 Miami Hurricanes
they was nasty.
team.
They was nasty. They had a lot of first round draft picks. A lot of people went to the league, but I don't know, man.
They would have dogged. The worst team in the NFL? Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That team was ill.
Yeah, for what they was doing. You ain't playing 5 stars at every position every week, neither. In college.
You ain't got to. What I'm saying,
that's what make college what college is.
Yeah, I feel you. That in most cases that is true. I'm saying that one team, the greatest college football team.
You only got conferences that, like the SEC, is by far the best conference in football, in college football.
I'm not ready to say that though.
Who's better?
I'm not saying better, but you said they're by far.
Who comes close to that?
I think the SEC is top heavy. When you look at the conference as a whole, I think there's an argument to be made, and I'm not talking about the college football playoffs because that's where everybody goes.
No, I ain't talking about the playoffs.
No, there's an argument to be made. The Big Ten is a tougher conference, top to bottom, than the SEC. Top to bottom, like your top teams, and actually, it's kind of been proven when those teams meet up in bowls. Like the mid-tier teams in the Big Ten meet the mid-tier teams in the SEC, they beat them. Like I'm not talking about your Alabama, Georgia.
No, I'm not talking about them.
My point is the SEC is top heavy. When you get past Bama, Georgia, LSU, and Florida, sometimes after that it's ass.
Nah, not really. Man.
Who would you put in that category?
You got.
You can't name them.
Ain't Auburn in that conference?
Yeah. Since Cam Newton left,
Auburn is always has always been a good program since I was a kid.
Yeah.
They just not on that level where you got a coach that these other teams had coaches that didn't have to really recruit. LSU.
I named LSU.
So who are you saying?
I didn't name Auburn.
Auburn's up there, man.
Okay, so that's 5.
And then who the Big Ten got as their top heavy teams?
I didn't say it's compared. I'm not comparing top heavy.
No, I know, but if you say
the top heavy is better in the SEC, that's what I said.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm saying who's the top heavy teams in the Big Ten?
It's only Ohio State. That's
right.
the only one that. I'll say it's only Ohio State if you say college football playoff. If you say college football playoff, the only top heavy team.
No. I'm saying I'm not talking about the playoff because a lot of times I don't agree with who they.
All right, so I'll say the Big Ten has 2 top heavy teams. It's Ohio State and Wisconsin.
Yeah, and they've been down too.
They haven't been down. They meet in the Big Ten championship every year.
Yeah, but that's where the playoff come in because if they are top heavy for the conference.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm saying as far as their conference, and that's why I said SEC is top heavy, air untouchable. When you start getting into like your Kentucky's, Penn State would beat Kentucky. You get into Tennessee, Michigan would beat Tennessee. You get into
I don't know. We would have to see that.
I mean that's fine.
We would have to see that.
You can't say that Tennessee. You can't definitively say either one of those teams will beat the Big Ten team.
No, that's what I said. We would have to.
So that's my point. So that's why I said it's not far. They're not far away.
No, but you were just saying they can beat them.
I do think they will beat them.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Right. Well, what I'm saying, my point is, I'm not saying the Big Ten is a better conference. What I'm saying is, you said the SEC was far and away. I don't think so.
By far.
I don't think so.
By far.
Because they're middle tier teams.
Who send the most pros to the league every year?
I mean, that's not saying that it's a better conference though.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because it's a team sport.
I'm saying the individual got to make it to the pros.
The individual, yes, but that's not. You got Eric Berry. Eric Berry was one of the greatest NFL safeties when he was playing, but he came from Tennessee. That team was ass. That's what I'm saying.
With? I'm trying to think who he played with.
Eric Berry?
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
No, I'm trying to think who.
He played Tennessee.
No, I know that. I'm saying who did he play with at Tennessee?
Nobody. Arian Foster might have been there.
Who was it? T. Foster?
Arian Foster was the
running back. Who was the quarterback?
T. Martin?
T. Martin was the quarterback?
I don't know if that was the same time.
I gotta look that up.
I don't think Eric Berry played with T. Martin, though. He might have, though. No. I think T. Martin was older. But, like, you think about it, like, you definitely got some dudes, like, I'm not debating that. Like, football as a whole in this country, in SEC country, is better. You know what I'm saying? And then you get Texas, and then California. But I think...
No, I think, me personally, see, it depends on... You got to look up where these kids is coming from, too, that go into those conferences, because... To me,
no, I'm talking about high school.
Texas and California probably have the best football in the country.
I mean, you can't argue that. Like they do. I think they have some of the best. I think when you
Florida.
That's why I said SEC country. That's SEC country. Florida.
Not really, because you got Miami.
No, but what I'm saying is they call that SEC country. The Florida, Georgia. Alabama, Louisiana.
You're talking about different states now.
I said SEC country.
No, but I'm saying Florida.
But I'm talking about as far as like the high school football, like the product of their high school football. The Mississippi, like Mississippi has the best JUCO division in the country.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to look at the state that these kids is coming from and going. Now, you got to remember, at a time, them Florida kids, the top Florida kids was never leaving the state.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned them. And then, because Texas really never had the top colleges. Once they took SMU and just pretty much disbanded their whole program with Eric Dickerson and what's the name, when they was giving them money, Craig James. Cali, a lot of them kids didn't have to leave Cali. You know what I mean? You always had USC as a top team. You know what I'm saying? You had UCLA was a good team every year. Then Cal started coming on. But you look at Miami, what they was doing, Florida, you had Miami, most of the kids from Florida, Florida State, Florida, and then you had the lower tier.
Region it out. Because Miami wasn't most of the kids from Florida, it was most of the kids from South Florida.
Right. But in Florida State, too.
Florida State's not in South Florida.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is just period the state-wise. Them kids wasn't leaving the state when all of them teams was good.
Yeah, but it was regioned out, because, that's how the schools are.
Right, but you had the kid that couldn't make the Miami team would fuck around and go to Florida State. Or he would go to UF. Like they had a special on the kids. They called them I think the high school is named after
you talking about
the jackrabbit or the mud something.
Yeah, the mud.
Where
That's where Fred Taylor's from.
Right, where they chase the rabbits in the field.
Yeah.
Like you had that kind of stuff going on, man. Like them kids wasn't leaving, and that and Texas is a whole nother animal.
Yeah. Now I always heard high school football in Texas was real, but I didn't really know until when I went in 12th grade. We got off the plane. And I remember picking up the newspaper, and their high school football section was 5 full-length pages long with no pictures, just scores and articles. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this much data from one Friday night, like, they go all the way up to, I think, 5A.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
And they play tackle 7-on-7 type shit.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I didn't know that, no.
Word. They got if they got a small school where they can't play 11-on-11, they play 7-on-7 tackle.
Yeah, I know I know they do that in Middle America. I didn't know they did that in Texas.
Texas is different.
Because, towns not towns, states like Idaho, they play 8-man football.
Well, maybe Texas might have an 8. I know I've seen
or
7-on-7, and they got all that in Texas.
But that's usually what I thought was that was reserved for places that have low population.
No, it's your school. Like if your school can't compete on a higher level, you know what I'm saying? You'll play the other schools that are on that level because of their enrollment. Like you know how
but that's what the 1A, 2A, that's
right.
what that's all about.
Right, and then you got lower levels off of that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Word.
Cause that's what you get. That's what determines if schools are D1 and D1AA and all that. How many kids are going there? But that joint be crazy. Like the stadiums that you see for high school teams in Texas, those are state of the art fields. Them joints look like two of where I played in college. Like my college field wouldn't even match up to the high school.
Right.
And you can forget about what my high school stadium was like.
Sonny,
they be playing
you
people.
You go to Florida, you be like, yo, this is high school.
But Georgia too.
Right.
That's why I said that SEC country. You got
you got
if
some
you watch
schools in North Carolina.
Yeah, if you watch the Last Chance U, I'm so mad they switched the joint to basketball. I gotta watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance. But Last Chance U was definitely one of my favorite Netflix shows. They would chronicle a season from a JUCO football team. But the first 2 seasons they did East Mississippi Community College.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, town look wild, poor, nothing is there. And the dude was like, yo, he's like, you be riding through, next thing you know, boom, multi-million-dollar stadium pops out of the ground.
Right.
And it's because that's what they invest in. And they was winning, so you know what I mean. They rightfully gonna invest into that.
Because in those small towns, it's nothing to do.
Yeah, but go to the game.
That. And they don't have no pro team.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
Dude I work with, he actually he's from Delaware. He went to Newark, but he went to undergrad at University of Alabama. He was like, yo, I never really understood. Huh? He was like, I never really understood like that they don't really watch pro football down in those places. He was like, yo, he was dating a girl at the time that was from there. And he was like, yo, on Sundays, he's like, I'm an Eagles fan. He's like, Sundays we go over, I'm thinking we about to put on Fox and CBS. He was like, yo, they watch a rerun of the Bama game.
Right.
He was like,
in those towns, it's straight up high school and college.
Yeah. He was like, yo, they don't watch no pro football. He was like, people be like, yeah, I'm a Falcons fan by default because Alabama's right there next to Georgia. He was like, but don't nobody really be watching no Falcons games. He was like, if it ain't football season, they talking about the next football season. Like, did you watch that documentary that they had when they did War Eagle Roll Tide?
Yeah.
The dude that poisoned the trees.
Yo, shit is real, man.
Oh goddamn tide.
Yep. Listen, man. You go down south. See, I stayed in North Carolina for a summer, so I knew as a kid. I knew what the football was. Like, you talking about August in New York, you start practicing. Mm-hmm. Down there, it starts when school is out. Yeah. Once school let out in May, they getting ready for football season, man.
But shoot, that's even better than that. Like, I played with some dudes from Florida, and they like I felt like, damn, we ain't really doing football like that up north. It was like, yeah, like, yo, we had our own locker room year round because we got spring ball. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, y'all had, like, the football team had their own locker room where y'all kept y'all equipment all year. He's like, yeah, bro, like, we had spring ball. Like, y'all had spring ball? Like, no, we had spring lifting, like, spring weight training and conditioning, but, like, they had legitimate football practice. Like, so it was like a college operation but for high school kids.
New York, man.
Huh?
That's
dope. Like, because like I feel like if you're a state that don't operate like that, the kids is at a disadvantage.
Because when you look at it like
they don't operate like that here.
You take like baseball. That's why kids up north, kids on the East Coast, period. And well, when I say up north, I mean even Midwest and North, Texas, Florida, California. Them kids is playing baseball all year round. Yeah.
So you said that up north they in New York they got spring football, like
they got spring football.
Are you talking 7-on-7 or?
No, I'm talking about they got spring football.
So what are they doing?
Right now, like you play Razorbacks and shit like that.
No, I know that's because of COVID. I'm talking about on regular years.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you play Razorbacks. Razorbacks play in the spring now, so they going against baseball.
I'm talking about high school.
High school got spring. Some of them kids get to play on that level. It depends on what.
No. I'm talking about like Mount Vernon Knights.
Listen what I'm telling you.
You said something.
You got kids. No, you got kids that are certain ages that could play, depending on what league you in. Mm-hmm. They go up to high school level. So your high school team could be in that spring league and be playing. It's all about if you want your kids to be in that spring league.
So you, as a school, you can enroll.
Yes, you can be in a league where, guess what? They playing in the spring. Some of them kids are.
But that's what I'm saying. You saying some of the kids.
Some kids might play other sports.
No, but listen what I'm saying. I think you're missing what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
So
like a whole team.
Yeah, so like, but Mount Vernon, I'm not talking about you taking, I'm not saying, even if you took the entire Mount Vernon Knights football team and they put in this league, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about Mount Vernon High School as a school.
They could be in that league, but you're going to lose out on kids that play other sports.
I got you, but what I'm asking you is, from a scholastic standpoint, are they enrolled? Like, is it a school program where they have spring football in another league.
Well, I don't know how they do it as far as.
Yeah, I don't think they have that.
But I know they got kids that play football in the spring. But the only reason why the whole team ain't together is because if I play baseball, I can't do both.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because from like the situation that I was describing, the Florida kid, it is a scholastic. It's a part of football to where, like, hey, if I went to Glasgow High School, Glasgow Dragons, like it operates just like college. Like you have your actual in-season.
Right,
like,
but what I'm saying to you that you're missing, if they had kids that played baseball,
I got you.
Football team,
they would do
their
both.
whole team. No, you wouldn't be able to.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. They can.
How would you be able to do it when you got baseball every day?
Yes, what I'm saying is like as far as like just like I said, it's like a college operation. You're not playing games in the spring with other schools. So like that's why I said it's a college operation. College spring ball is like, yo, we have pads. We're gonna come out here and it's just like summer camp. It's like summer camp. You install like your offense and defense.
Yeah, they got that. They've been had that. I'm talking about kids playing. Yes, Mount Vernon, New Road, all of them got their spring shit.
Yeah, that's dope. Because like we didn't have that. They don't do that here either. Like where like in Delaware they don't do that. Like they meet for strength and conditioning during the spring and they have workouts. But like from a standpoint of like, yo, we putting our helmet and shoulder pads on and we going out and having like real live football practice, that doesn't happen in Delaware.
Like I said, you got some kids that'll play in leagues with their town, or sometimes like you'll get, say, a kid from Mount Vernon or a kid from New Road. Like I remember one year, one of the cities went national, so they took a couple of the kids from Mount Vernon with them, and then vice versa. They took a couple of New Road kids. You know what I mean? But hell yeah, that shit is big. But you can't. But you still not competing on a level with these, like no. And nationally, what's crazy is, and I ain't realized this until I saw a special on it. Tommy John surgery in Major League Baseball one time was at an all-time high. Now they making kids at 12 years old get the surgery, whether they need it or not.
Yeah.
And you talking about playing a sport all year round, like Friday Night Tykes.
Yeah.
Remember that was on?
Yeah.
Remember they had that kid Mizell?
Yeah.
He went up to New York and played in the D-Max joint and came away with the MVP. Everybody, and I was mad I didn't get to go. I forgot and came home. Right? I got off work and came home instead of going to Casino Field. Yo, my dude, they was like, yo, if you'd have seen him playing, and it's kids from all over the country that Darlow's recruit to go into that game. They was like, yo, man, it was like he was signing autographs. They was like, it was that ugly. They said it was like he was out there as a grown man playing with kids. Word. So you look at, and that's Texas. You look at that program and how they was beefing, talking about we going up a level on Pop Warner level. Like, yo, we got to play like you saying the high schools go up to like 5A and all that and trickle down. Their Pop Warner do the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll have so many kids come for like to enroll.
Right.
So, like you can't field a team of that many people. So, but nah, I enjoy the passion that like those states have for football, because I love football.
But so you know what I like about here? I love this shit about here. That I try to tell people in New York needs to adopt this program that they got down here.
What?
No matter what school you go to, when you make the playoffs, everybody plays everybody.
That's not true.
Who don't play?
If you're in D1 or D2.
As far as what?
If D1 doesn't play D2 in the playoffs.
Right. But you would get, like, I'm talking about like the flights. Like Hodson
Flight A and
was
Flight B.
Flight A and B.
Yeah,
but they played like say a Glasgow. If Glasgow would have went to and they played a Carver. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You got to be in the top. However, how many high schools is, they take the top whatever. Whereas in New York, if you take the top kids, like New York,
like the flights are division,
right?
But Flight B and Flight A don't play each other in the playoffs. They can play in the regular season.
One year I could have swore. I got to look it up because I got it on my.
When Hassan played Glasgow, that's when Hassan moved up to D1. Then to Flight A.
Nah, it was a year before that. Because Amaya played with them when they won Flight B. She played against them.
The only time they would have played in the playoffs is if they both were in Flight A or Flight B.
All right, well, in that when they won Flight B, that playoff when Amaya and them won Flight B.
You talking baseball? Softball.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about football, and I
softball is different. Softball is different than
football. And baseball.
Yeah, because
I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about. I still don't know nothing about basketball. But here's what I'm saying.
Basketball is just like NCAA.
If you in D1, right? Mm-hmm. Like you take a Mount Vernon, mm-hmm. right? It might be a school in the city that could be D1, right? Mm-hmm. But they might not make the playoffs, mm-hmm. right? But now they'll take the city champion. Like if you remember when they did a documentary, but they left Mount Vernon out of that documentary.
It's on Mount Rice.
No, it was
two in the Bronx.
No, Sebastian Telfair.
Oh, at Lincoln.
When
the state championship.
His documentary.
Yeah.
Right. No, they won. Yeah, they won.
Lost the state championship to Mount Vernon.
That was a federation. Mount Vernon had already won the state.
Okay.
The way they do it is you can win the state. You come from the boroughs, you win the Garden. That's the city champion. Mount Vernon comes through, they win the county, then they can go and win the state before they see like a Rice. Lincoln. Like that year, they was undefeated down in the city.
Now I remember. I know.
But his documentary, he never showed that Mount Vernon game.
Yeah.
But people from Mount Vernon knew that shit. It was kind of tight. Like he showed them winning the city championship and all that. You know what I mean? And they never made mention that they lost to Mount Vernon in the federation, the state federation tournament.
You know he wasn't gonna mention that though.
Why not? You had other schools that did it.
What purpose would it be for him to say that though?
Because that was his last year, and everybody knew he was going to the league.
But that's what I'm saying. Why? It would be no reason for him to mention it though.
He mentioned that.
You know that don't make sense though.
But he mentioned it without. So if you didn't know watching it, you didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, yeah, we ended up having to play another game. He said some crazy shit.
I remember
winning the city championship is the only thing that
matters.
You know what I mean? But people know that. Then guess what? Y'all shouldn't be going to play the state or the Fed.
I'm not gonna.
I remember St. Raymond's. They mentioned it. St. Raymond's when they had Red Orchard and all them.
Yeah, I think it's dope. I mean, I think it's nice when people do mention it and tell the entire story. Like, but I don't expect that all the time. Like with Sebastian.
Nah, with his shit, it was just funny because he was talking bull-cool shit and got shut down by cats that.
Keith.
No, he got shut down by
I thought Keith was on that team.
Chris Lowe. Chris Lowe stuck a 1-on-1 in that game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like
that was
Ray Vaughn and all of them. Yeah.
Word, that's a fact. But and that should be hilarious. Like when you talk story.
What's his name?
Dex was on that team. Colburn was on that team.
Yeah, Colburn. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
he's a freshman.
Yeah. But it should be crazy, like, cause in the country, people know the program. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then you get cats that be trying to front. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? But they come to Mount Vernon and get their ass busted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the crazy shit. But like basketball, like they say Chicago is tough. They say Chicago is tough. But New York changed with basketball. The guards, the game different. You know what I mean? But yeah, that football and that baseball in other states, boy.
Yeah, I just think like I said, when I was coming through, we didn't have that. We just had strength and conditioning. Like I think it's nice that I think more states are starting to adopt it because they're starting to realize the gap that like you think over the course of 4 years when kids are going through puberty and you doing stuff like that. Like I remember when Hoover High School in Alabama, they had their documentary or their show that was on MTV or ESPN, whatever it was on. But like them cats was at the school at 5 o'clock in the morning, working out before school, and that was a part of the program. Like I didn't experience that with football. Like we did that for wrestling, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't do that for football, where it was like everybody meets at the school and we go to the weight room and work out like that. And even from a wrestling standpoint, it was only a select few people that did that. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, we gonna shower before school, brush my teeth and all that, get ready in the locker room, and then I'm going to school. And then after school, you got regular practice, and you there till nighttime. Like, so you out your crib from 4:30 in the morning. You won't get back home till like 8 o'clock at night. Like that didn't happen.
But see, you know what? And I attribute that to. And I heard this. You got in every sport you got your national teams that have national schedules. Starting at the Pee Wee level basketball, they call it the biddies and all that. Like where kids is young, start out by like say 6, 7, 8-year-old range. But I remember talking to a coach one day in baseball, and he asked me a question. He was like, how many kids you got on your team that play multiple sports? So I was like, pretty much all my kids play, they seasonal. And he was like, you got a good program. He was like, and you way better than me. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, because I'm not taking a kid. If you don't love baseball, or you don't love football, or you don't love basketball, you can't play for me. He would not take you.
What does he mean? What does he constitute? That's the only thing you do?
That's the only thing you do.
I hate
and I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about it if you think about it. When I know when I grew up, it was a thing to play every sport. But if you think about what they say, the saying is, you're a jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yeah. But I don't think that applies to children.
When I came down here, because I'm going to tell you why. The better kids be the ones, but they might not play at that early age one sport, but by the time they get to high school, they are picking one and one only.
Right.
So therefore, if a kid, like, I know they had an issue with this in Mount Vernon. A kid that played basketball can't play no other sport.
No, I agree with you in high school.
Nasty.
But you were talking about kids that you're coaching.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't agree with it. I think when you're learning, like kids that are young and like grade, like all of us grade school, but before high school, I think you're still learning your body. Even you're learning your body in high school. Like, so I think letting them experience different sports and the demands of the different sports, I think that brings out the better athlete in kids. And then, yeah, you get to high school, you can specialize. But before high school, I don't want 8-year-old kids like, oh, I'm only a basketball player, I'm only a baseball player, because I think that limits you as far as playing basketball.
Yeah, a lot of kids is doing that.
I know that. I don't like it though. Man. I don't. Those kids burn out. Like I remember talking to a cat that I went to school with. Ironically enough, he was from Texas. He was from San Antonio, Texas. Not San Antonio, Austin. He's from Austin, Texas. And he was like, yo, we was in school together. He played wide receiver. He was just like, yo, at this point, yo, I'm burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he only was allowed to play football from the time that he was 7. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, in Texas, it's like college. You know what I mean? Like, So since you was that young, you only been able to do this, and he was nice in basketball. Always wanted to play basketball, but I feel like when you don't, I look at it like, yo, it's you're kind of robbing the creativity of the kid. So it's like, yo, like if you look, if I'm a recruit, right? If I'm recruiting DBs, and you hear people talk about it in the draft, like your scouts. Like, all right, if I'm recruiting a DB, you play DB, I'm gonna ask you, like, yo, you ever play basketball? You know what I'm saying? No. You ever play baseball? Right? What position do you play in baseball? Center field? Oh, wow. Okay. So that means that I know that your eye, yeah, right. Like, and not athletic, but even your hand-eye coordination.
No, you
can
track. Athletic to play
that's what I said. That goes without saying. But if you playing that position, that also tells me, like, you can track a ball in the air, right? If you're playing DB, I want somebody who has ball skills, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, fine. Like, those are questions that you ask. Like, when you hear scouts talk about different prospects, like your lineman, right? Yeah, he was a tackle, but he was also all-state center on the basketball team. So you know he got some type of feet. He played basketball. You know what I'm saying? Those things matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, like when I can't. I'm not gonna say that people who specialize can't be successful in a sport, because I mean, if you specialize in something, you don't leave room for like your interest being taken here and you're not giving 100% here. So I get that, but I think you also can unlock more by doing more. Like you hear, like Ray Lewis, one of the greatest middle linebackers of all time. He's also a state champion wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about.
I think wrestling and football go hand in hand.
Yeah, but it's still two totally different disciplines.
No, I understand that, but the aggressiveness in wrestling and the aggressiveness in football goes hand in hand.
That part of it, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of the people that specialize be the more successful people, and when they playing sports, because, like you said, they didn't have to worry about when this season. Okay, now because each sport got different movements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you playing baseball is totally different movements than playing football. You know what I'm saying? Playing basketball is, you got the conditioning part of it and things of that nature that it might correlate more to football, but it definitely don't have nothing to do with baseball.
What, basketball?
Yeah.
I think things translate to that. That's what.
Like what?
Huh? It changes direction.
Baseball wise, it's really, you ain't changing direction like that, and even not even in basketball to a certain degree.
You are changing direction in basketball.
If you dribbling, I guess you gotta
guard
somebody. You know what I mean? But
like if you're playing in the outfield and you misguess on a ball,
you fuck.
But I'm saying, get changes. If you have better change of direction than somebody who
have you watched baseball lately?
Yeah. But what I'm telling you is change of direction plays a part.
Right. So then you would know that right now, these last couple of, I'd say about, you look at the last 10 to maybe 15 years, it ain't so many people that got that. Once they lose track of the ball, they gone.
So why do they make them run a shuttle at the baseball tryout?
Because I don't know why they do it. A lot of the shit they
make direction matters.
Yeah, but it matters, but they don't really have it. Everybody don't have that.
What I'm saying, the guys that are in the MLB over the, if you compare them to the guys who are not, that are playing baseball, most of them will have better change of direction.
Yeah, I would say that, but it ain't got.
It's not gonna be
different.
It's not gonna have the same demand that a basketball or football is gonna have. But what I'm saying is,
because it hits like basketball. That's why I say it translates more to football, because the flip of the hits with the DBs, the linebackers.
Yeah,
in basketball you got that. Baseball, you ain't got to do none of that.
You don't got to do that specifically. But what I'm saying is, your ability to move and change directions quickly does help you in baseball. It's not going to be the same as in football. Just
but I don't think, what I'm telling you is somebody that played it, It's very rare that you're gonna use to change the direction in baseball that you would do in basketball as much as you would in basketball or football.
I didn't say you would as much.
So it's not the same.
That's not what I said either. I said it translates.
It
So
really don't.
if you do have good change of direction, you're going to be better off than if you don't. It's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's what I'm saying. It translates.
But a lot of them dudes in the league, if you look at baseball right now, it's one of the to me, as somebody that played it, it's one of the worst played sports that I've seen. And as a basketball fan, that's even worse.
What's wrong with basketball right now?
Because basketball has changed to the point where, football changed, right? To the point where, the DBs can't touch the what's the name? You can't do that in the league, neither.
Yeah.
Like, basketball is just free. You know what I mean?
It's funny you said that, right? It's very funny you said that, because I'm glad you recognize that about NFL. Because when I put Jalen Ramsey where I put him, I said he's better than Charles Woodson.
I don't agree with that.
Charles Woodson was playing when we could put his hands on you.
Okay.
I love Charles Woodson.
But I also believe that he played in a league that had better quarterbacks and better receivers too. Okay. Seriously.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
these are the highest passing numbers that we've ever seen in NFL history.
Yeah, because you can't touch them.
So that proves my point.
But
when you're the lockdown corner.
No, hear what I'm saying though. You saying it? I'm saying you playing against better receivers and better quarterbacks. That don't mean the numbers just because they put up. Hold on, man. You tell me. Let's say where would you rank Jameis Winston?
He's not a starter.
He's not a starter now.
He's not.
Okay. But he's going to start. And he threw for 5,000 yards in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Everybody's doing that.
This is my point. Back then you wasn't having that.
Because they could put their hands on them.
It don't matter if you couldn't.
No, yes it does. The game, if they had that rule in back in the day, there would be people throwing. Brett Favre would definitely do for 5,000.
Okay, so Charles Woodson played against Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Donovan McNabb.
Okay.
I
can't believe you put Donovan McNabb in that category. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
He's better than these quarterbacks now.
Who?
I told you, I always
I
Donovan
like
McNabb fan.
You're
wild. Hating on him.
I'm not hating on him. He's not better than these quarterbacks. Who's he better than?
He's better than. Let me see. He's better than Cam to me. And in both of their prime, he's better than Cam.
I think he's better than Cam Newton.
Who else?
I give you Cam
He's
Newton.
better than Derek Carr. I think he's better
than
Deshaun
Watson.
Middle
tier. He's not better than Deshaun Watson.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
That's
your opinion and mine. Yeah. I'm telling you because I honestly.
He's not better than. I don't know why you started it. You know that was fucked up what you said because you started with middle tier quarterback.
No. I'm looking.
He's not better than. Yeah, he's not better than Tom Brady. He's not better than Aaron Rodgers. He's not better than.
No. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it won't be people better than him.
You said the quarterback that's playing now. I named quarterbacks that's playing now.
But you named two people.
You let me finish.
Go ahead.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees just retired. He's not better than Drew Brees.
Okay, that's three.
He's not better than Russell Wilson. He's not better.
That's not true.
What?
That's not true.
Oh my God.
That's not true.
He's not. All right, listen. Deshaun Watson. He's not better than. He's not better than. He's not better than Dak Prescott. He's not better than. What's my man's name? Up in Buffalo. He's not better than him. He's not better than. He's a better passer than Lamar, so I won't put Lamar in there. He's not better than Ben Roethlisberger. He's not better than.
I don't even want to have this conversation because you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Okay.
Because you're looking at it skewed because you're Eagles, you're a Dallas fan, and it's that shit.
No, it's not.
And the Eagles
no, it's
fans,
not. I don't hate on Eagles.
Hold on.
Brian Duffy's is one of the greatest safeties of all time.
That's something totally different.
It's not.
Hear what I'm
He's
saying.
an Eagle.
Number one, he has not one weapon that nobody you name. Now, I'll give you the top 3 or 4 that you name, but you ain't going to tell me that he's not better than Ben Roethlisberger.
What weapons Russell Wilson had until DK Metcalf?
What?
What weapons?
He had Percy Harvin. He had
Percy Harvin's not a receiver for real.
Oh, my God.
He's a weapon.
This is
he's
my
not,
point.
He's not.
Hold on.
Hold on.
What did you just ask me a question?
All right, so look, no. So when I say weapon, I mean like a gadget player. He lines up at running back.
I don't care. He was somebody that
you talking about throwing the ball.
Did he throw the ball to Percy Harvin?
Very limited.
Did he throw the ball to Percy Harvin?
Maybe twice a game.
Yes, and then you got the other kid that's still playing too.
He created him, Tyler Lockett.
No, the other dude that's still playing right now. Damn, what's his name?
You talking about Golden Tate?
Tate was over there with him. Tate is a good receiver.
Okay.
Besides Terrell Owens, you name who Donovan McNabb had.
He created people.
Tell me who he had.
He created Todd Pinkston just like Russell Wilson created.
Bum.
Huh? How?
Todd Pinkston's the bum.
Without Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett may be a bum.
Hold on. Would you say that without Donovan McNabb, they would have got to 4 NFC championships?
You could say the same thing.
No, I ain't asked you what you could say. I'm asking a question.
My comparison was to Russell Wilson. You asking me a question about Donovan McNabb. I'm saying with Seattle, what Russell Wilson did with Seattle, or is doing with Seattle currently, because before it was Legion of Boom, but currently
he going to the playoffs. That's it.
Right, and they have a
Donovan McNabb.
That defense was nasty.
It was never to the extent of the Legion of Boom.
And that's why they never went to the Super Bowl.
Hold on.
Except for once.
Listen to what I'm telling you. Legion of Boom was way better than the defense.
I agree with you.
Okay then. So my question was that I'm asking you to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Without Donovan McNabb and that defense, do they get the
ball? And that defense. Just say without Donovan McNabb.
Well, you heard the question. You brought in.
Because I was making a comparison.
Okay, so guess what? Without Legion of Boom, would you agree was better than what Donovan McNabb had?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson only won 1 playoff game.
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb, not on that team, do they make it to the NFC Championship 4 years in a row?
Probably. Seriously.
You can't be serious.
I am serious.
Who is going to be the quarterback on that team to take them there?
Todd Detmer.
In this podcast, man. You sound crazy.
I'm serious.
You sound crazy.
That defense was nice.
Yo, you just had them talking, and it's funny that we even talking about this, because just today, and people
what I'm saying, they were in a row, but they probably would have
people down here that can't stand Donovan McNabb and know that listen to WIP, because I listen to it too. They had the conversation today about the draft and all of that. And the dude said the Eagles should pick Najee Harris, right? So then he went on to say they was killing him for his pick. And he was like, listen, as far as I'm concerned, Eagles fans don't know what they want. Because everybody killed Donovan McNabb because he threw up in the Super Bowl and all this other stuff, but we don't win games without Donovan McNabb, and we booed him in the draft.
Yeah, I was there.
I know. I want you there. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying, you got to give a man his credit.
No, I give him his credit. Like I was joking about them being able to get to 4 in a row.
The rest of these dudes ain't proved nothing, and like you said, hold on.
He hasn't proved anything either.
He did prove something.
What did he prove? That he can't win a big one?
No, he was older. Number one, he was older by the time he got T.O. You know what I'm saying? I believe if him and T.O. would have been a couple of years apart, they win one.
Yeah.
They win one.
They probably do.
Deshaun Watson.
With T.O.
And I'm waiting on this too because I didn't want to jinx it, but you bringing him up. You see, the Eagles are tight right now. What? Eagles fans are upset right now, right?
I don't know.
8 teams have been acquiring for him. Yesterday they wouldn't have did the Bridgewater. They still still are trying to hold out. They want the most for him because Denver wanted him over Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but that's not what I said.
I told you the deal is going to get done.
That's not what I said, though. What I said was, you
Ain't
already...
no team.
No. Let me finish. Let me say, because you obviously didn't hear what I said then. I said, if he's found guilty on this stuff, then ain't no team going to want to touch him. That's what I said.
No, you said now nobody.
The last time we did this, I sent him the sound clip.
Go look at it.
I am. You know I watched the episode.
Go look at it.
And I clearly watched closer than you.
No, you did.
Because the last time he said that he didn't say something, I sent him the video right after the podcast, and then he tried to change what he said.
I didn't change what I said.
I was right. Like I said,
you
when I tell you, when I tell you I know you said something, I know you said something.
Now let's go back to this. What you said was, I'm going to tell you exactly what you said. You said, nobody's going to want to trade for him, and anybody saying that they traded him, you know right now is the dead time, so they making up stories. And I told you there's teams wanting to trade for him, but they just want to know what his punishment is going to be with the league and how much draft capital they're going to have to give to the Texans. Their only worry is what the league is going to penalize him with. Now, Miami is willing to get rid of, what's her name, straight up for him, and a couple of defensive people, too. And the Eagles fans was pissed today. They was pissed. Like, why wouldn't you kick the tires on that? They can't be asking for all this stuff, and they brought up Denver. They said Denver didn't want Teddy Bridgewater.
Like I said, that was never what I...
That's what you said. Go look at it. You said that if they make it...
come on here next week, and I'm going to be right again.
If that's the case, I will say I apologize on air. But I remember specifically you saying that people, ain't nobody trying to trade for them because don't nobody want that in their facility. And I asked you, why wouldn't they be doing... No, you did bring that up after the fact. But I said to you, the bottom line, go look at it. You said, that ain't what you said.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
Okay, we going to see. But guess what? You said that it's a downtime. You said it's a downtime, and they making this up because ain't nobody kicking the tires on that no more. And I said that's not true. What you did say about him being guilty is his career would be over. Yeah. And I disagree with that. You ain't say if he's guilty, if he's not guilty, they'll trade for him. You didn't say that. You said right now you don't think nobody looking
to be so
you're gonna see
literal when it fits their argument.
You're gonna see.
Me saying that his career is gonna be over is
you said if he's guilty.
Let me finish my statement because this is why you don't be understanding. People be ultra literal when they try to make it fit their argument. Me saying his career is gonna be over is the same thing as me saying ain't nobody gonna touch him. Because for his career to be over, they can't be touching him.
No, because he can stay right there.
All right. Like I said.
Is that right or wrong?
You're right.
He can stay where he at, but he want out. So if he know he can't go nowhere and he don't have a bargaining chip, he can stay there. You said his career will be over. But we're not talking about that. I specifically said there are teams looking to trade for him right now, and they want to know what the league punishment for him is going to be. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? If I got to give up all that draft capital and he can't play for me for half a year or a year, why would I give up all of that?
I mean,
and you're going to see that you did say you don't believe that people you think they was making the stories up because it's a downtime right now between the Super Bowl and the seasons are coming up.
You mentioned the team specifically. I forgot who it was you said, and I said that's being made up.
Okay, but I said the Jets.
I don't remember.
I said the Jets
because the Jets doesn't sound made up.
The
that's
Jets.
Always.
It's always been the Jets.
Yeah.
Miami. You know what I'm saying? And I think Miami's the team he wanted to go to.
He said Miami.
But guess what? Denver, I know Denver wanted them yesterday, and they couldn't make that deal, so they went and got Teddy Bridgewater. Because they was talking about, would you go out and get one of the quarterbacks right now, as far as Jimmy Garoppolo or Teddy Bridgewater, or stay with what you got, or draft it, and they were specifically talking about Denver. Would you go and get one of them proven guys where Garoppolo's only issue is he can't stay healthy, and Teddy Bridgewater, would you go get Teddy Bridgewater, or stay with what you got, or draft the quarterback? And then they ended up going to get Teddy Bridgewater.
This draft got me messed up though, cause I keep going back and forth on what I want the Cowboys to do.
Either way, y'all gonna be trash, so it don't matter.
I like. Part of me wants them to stay at 10 and take J.C. Horn. They probably gonna take Patrick Surtain though, but I like J.C. Horn's attitude more than Patrick Surtain.
I actually believe that just because he said the shit, you know what I mean? I believe if the kid is there, y'all gonna fuck around and take Kyle Pitts.
Oh no, that's without a doubt. If Kyle Pitts gets to 10, you have to draft him.
I wouldn't be surprised if y'all trade up.
Nah, we wouldn't trade up. That doesn't make any sense. Like, if he's at 10, you have to take Kyle Pitts. But we not trading up because we need too much on defense. But you just can't. It would be like last year with CeeDee Lamb. We wasn't gonna draft CeeDee Lamb at 17, but nobody expected him to be there. But trading back, like if we sitting at 10, and I don't know how Justin Fields falling like this, but I hope he don't. But if he's there at 10 and New England call for 10 and you go back to 15, if you could work it out to where, so we have 2 third-round picks. The way they proposed, they said like if New England come up to 10 and you get 15 and 46, I think we got 44. You go back to 15. Potentially, you could either get J.C. Horn might still be there, but what I was thinking about, what I'm thinking I flip-flop on is taking Micah Parsons at 15, using your 2/3 to bump. I mean, using your 2 seconds to bump back into the first and take Christian Barmore. And then what you do is that gives you a linebacker and a D tackle. And then what you do is, all right, Richard Sherman.
If I take him at 15. I believe we taking Baltimore more than likely.
I'm talking about my dream scenario. So like,
well, wake up, y'all gonna be trash anyway.
All right, that's fine. We will still beat y'all. But I can't wait for this draft. I'm excited. To see what we do. But if we stay pat at 10, I want J.C. Horn over Patrick Surtain. But I feel like it's gonna be a crazy time. Like this draft. Without people playing in 2020, well, it's kind of hard to judge where people are going to go. But I enjoy watching the draft. It's like our little taste of football in the springtime.
I miss going, so I'll probably go next year.
Yeah, that day used to be fun. But I can't wait to go to this Cowboys-Raiders game next year. The schedule get announced on May.
Likely I'll be going to the draft next year. It's supposed to be in Vegas.
Yeah. When's the schedule? Schedule release is like May. It might be next week. It's May something. Hold on.
I don't care when it is. I know I'm going to the Cowboy game.
Yeah, I know. I'm what's the name?
And I more than likely going to the Pittsburgh game. So Chief Bone, guess what? When you listen to this, you faggot, you won't go out there. Hey kid, we gotta find out when it is, because I don't want to be out there and be cold. You faggot. You scared to go support your team, and you ain't never been in a stadium. I'm known in your stadium. Because Raider fans come out in droves. We was out there, you would have thought it was a damn near neutral site. In your stadium. And I was out there on Saturday when the University of Pitt was playing. You know what I mean? And I was on the strip, going in every bar, and I think, well, it don't matter. Stealing every glass out of there. I got glasses in my kitchen from Pittsburgh bars. You don't have nothing like that. You fake ass Steeler fan. Word up. And there's no other teams that I hate but in my division. You know what I mean? But I can't stand the Steelers.
Nobody likes the Cowboys, though.
I don't have no issue with the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying?
You gonna have an issue next year.
Why would I have an issue?
Man, Dak gonna be like...
It's gonna be this year in the first place. It's 2021.
That you don't know that for sure? When we play out in January.
Man, we ain't playing y'all in January.
You never know.
We ain't playing y'all. Only way we gonna play y'all in 2022 is if y'all get to the Super Bowl.
You think y'all gonna get to the Super Bowl?
We gonna be close.
Next in 2022?
In 2021, we gonna be a team to be reckoned with.
Where? The bottom of the division?
We the only team that beat Kansas City besides in the Super Bowl.
Yo, that'd be so funny, yo.
What?
Nah,
and we should have beat them twice.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, man.
No, that's a fact.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's not a fact.
We played them close in the second game.
I'm just saying, shoulda, woulda, coulda is not a fact.
And we beat them at home.
That's fine.
Which is different because they didn't have their fans or whatever.
Game.
Right. Y'all won your division?
No.
Oh, okay. That's right, because Dak was there. But the backup quarterback ends up getting a starting job.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
You're right. He was trash.
Is your man healthy?
Who?
I like him. The tackling Dutchman.
Manders, supposedly.
Okay, because Sean Lee, when I saw he retired, I was like, damn, that linebacker core looking thin, baby.
Yeah, that's why I want.
Michael Parsons.
Yeah, but
you're talking about going to get a cornerback.
No, we need every level of defense.
I know you need everything.
But the reason.
But they're gonna beat us.
We are. The knock on Micah Parsons is we already have his style of play. Like, he's Jalen Smith. Like, Jalen is really good straight ahead, but if you ask him to cover, he can't cover. Micah Parsons can't cover either.
And that's what I'm talking about. Them Notre Dame linebackers. The kid they got us going against.
He can cover.
They're saying he could cover, but I'm telling you, when I watched him against Miami, I keep saying Miami, Alabama, yo, I'm telling you, I looked at the stats in that game, and I mean, him covering like Najee Harris and them, and I was like this, yo, this dude is making tackles. They running by this dude. Like, he can't, like, he's able to stop them from scoring, but shit, they done got the first down already. They keeping the chains moving.
Yeah, I mean, but he's one man. Like,
no, I'm talking about in man-on-man coverage, and I can't fuck with you. That's a lot.
I didn't see that watching the Alabama game.
Yeah, I watched that.
I like him. I like his game.
I don't like his
game. I watched that game, and
I think
people gotta be careful with too is when you watch these like YouTube videos. Depending on what video is posted, you get in with the.
No, I took it from a Notre Dame fan side.
No, I watched the game.
I watched the game too.
No, and specifically watched him.
And I didn't.
I'm not saying
I didn't specifically watch him, but I watched the game, and then what made me start watching his highlights, all of them, was because he was getting tired to us, and I just don't like Notre Dame linebackers. Like everybody gave Mantateo all of this shit. He came to the league, wasn't shit. In the big game, that year, his year, he didn't show up. Jalen Smith, okay, he got hurt. Cool. I wasn't sold on him when he was there, period, before he got hurt. And this kid right here, I was like, you know, when he do get his hands on you, he'll make the tackle. But shit, if I got you covering somebody, you know what I mean? Like, we got a linebacker like that right now, which I thought last year wasn't the scheme for him, and that's Corey Littleton.
Yeah, I think he's different than Mantateo and Jalen. His game is different. Like, Mantateo and Jalen were like downhill thumpers. Like, lateral movement and lateral quickness is way better than both of theirs, even when Jalen was healthy. Like, he reminds me of like a safety linebacker mix. He's more like a rover. He's not really a true linebacker.
But that don't fit us. We already got one. We got Abram.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about me. What I like about his game. I think
I'm looking at him for my team. Abram is him. But we got Abram playing safety. You know what I mean? In the middle of the field, like. And I've been beefing about this for the longest last year. Like, yo, he's more of a linebacker. He's not a free safety. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring him down in the box because, like, when we lost to Kansas City the second time, when we lost to them, he fucked the play up. Kelsey ran into his zone. He's playing deep free safety. He see Mahomes running. acting like he gonna run, pressing the line of scrimmage. He takes off running towards the line of scrimmage, and Mahomes hit Kelsey in the end zone. Wide open. Wide open. Like, come on, man. You can't. We don't need nobody like that. We listen, man. And I like our middle linebacker. That's where Micah Parsons is like a toss-up. I want him, but it's like.
But he don't play middle though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but then where would he play for us?
No, this is what I'm saying. Like what people like say about him. Like for him, he would be a weak. For us, like he would be our weak side linebacker.
Right, and we just paid our weak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like Kukowski. I like my linebacker in core. Corey Little. I hope that this scheme fits him better, where he's more comfortable and he could cover, because he's our cover linebacker. Mm-hmm. And Morrow could cover too. So we got two linebackers that should be on the field and be able to cover. Now, if this kid could be like a defensive end type player,
and that's the thing.
That's something different.
He played defensive end in high school.
Right, but we don't play a 3-4.
Yeah. That's why
we play a 4-3.
That's why, like, a lot of Cowboys, it's kind of split, like, on Michael Parsons. More, not even split evenly. More people are like, he's not worth picking because the type of defense we run is not his strong suit. And they be like, yo, he's Jalen when he's healthy. If Jalen was healthy.
Right.
So you don't need that. Like, that's why they got Keanu Neal for us to play. He's supposedly going to play linebacker because he's a box safety.
Right.
But it's like, all right, yeah. But we're going to put him at linebacker. I like our strong safety that we had from last year that finally got the start. Second year, he'll be third year this year, Donovan Wilson. But all in all,
I didn't think I was gonna like your man that y'all didn't pay last year. He played good for us.
Who? Oh, Jeff Heath?
Yeah.
Yeah. We as a team, they got to see how much he really meant. And it's not like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's something to be said for guys that
work hard.
Not work hard.
He's a hard worker, man.
What I'm saying is, that's not what I was going to say. Just do what you're supposed to do. You do your job, right? So if you got like 10 guys doing what they're supposed to do and one dude that's freelancing, that can fuck up the whole play. Right. That's why I say it's the ultimate team game. Jeff Heath, he ain't flashy. He's not going to get mad picks for you like that. He might get you 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? But it's very rare that he's going to bust the coverage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And judging by the season that the Cowboys had last year, like, we would have loved to have a safety back there that's just like, yo, I'm not going to let nobody run past me and give up a 70-yard bomb or a 60-yard bomb. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to get no picks. I'll be right where I'm supposed to be all the time. Like, he's one of those players, when they come back for film study on Monday, he always grade out positive and grade out high because his responsibility on the play he did.
And you know what's crazy? I think we had him playing in a horrible position. Because like I just told you, if he would have been playing the free, you know what I'm saying, we don't lose that Kansas City game.
Yeah, I didn't like him at free, but I mean, I've seen him at free, just from a speed standpoint, not be able to keep up. He like carrying receivers across the field and stuff like that. He can't do.
Listen, he did a good enough job with us doing that shit. Because when Abel was out, he went to free. When Abel was there, he playing strong. But when we played Kansas City the first time, he broke the game open.
Yeah, Jeff Heath got either the Cowboys I think are kind of cursed, but Jeff Heath got bad luck too because that playoff game, he had a blindside hit on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how the heck Aaron Rodgers ain't fumbled that ball, yo. Like, it was crazy. When he hit him, I was like, I immediately looked down at the turf like, where the ball at? And that joint didn't go nowhere. But now Jeff, he's a solid player, and a special teams ace too.
No, I like him. I didn't like him coming in. I didn't want to bring too many Cowboys with Marinelli and all that. I was like, see, I ain't with all that.
I didn't really like Marinelli because he's one of those like where we talk about Super Bowl, like arrogant coaches. He got guys that he wants, and he will take a lesser talented guy, and not for character reasons, just for like he likes the underdog. So he likes having D-linemen that, or D-line crew that are like built of no-name work hard guys, try hard guys. Like we took Taco Charlton over T.J. Watt. Like that didn't make any sense.
Crazy.
That didn't make any sense. And I'm a Michigan fan. Like
that shit was crazy.
Like, and you mentioned Kwity Paye earlier. I'm a Michigan fan. Kwity Paye, he's getting a lot of love because this defensive end class is ass. You know what I'm saying? And he's a freak athlete, but he was frustrated in college, and they'd be like, "Yo, you always one step too slow." You know what I'm saying? Like you're not getting the amount of stats that we need you to get. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Bucky Brooks when he said, like, if you can't get sacks in college, you're not gonna come to pros.
That's a fact. But like they said today, talking to him and going through this process, man, it's gonna make or break it. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly think seeing him speak today, that shit wasn't made up, and I think it's bothering him that people were thinking of him like that.
What did he say?
Like, nah, he was just saying, like, you know, from the aspect of, you know, his goals to get in the league, like, to get better and things of that nature, you know what I mean? And then you don't know, man, like, me not being a Michigan fan and just knowing what I know about Harbaugh at the 49ers, and now what he's doing over there, like, he wears down on players, like, where some players really ain't. I believe a lot of Michigan's mishaps or downfalls was dudes ain't really going all out for him.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I think Kwity Paye, he got a chance. He could be alright in the league.
I don't know how you go from a 5-sack guy in college to a double-digit sack guy in the pros. That's what you would be picking him up there to be. Like that just doesn't happen.
No, you don't have to be. I'm saying you could be low double-digit. You know what I mean?
That's not gonna happen. He never got double-digit sacks in college. Never.
Listen, man, I've seen dudes come in the league and
not do that.
I gotta look at my man Max. Max was in the 3rd round, but I know he played on a lower level too.
Yeah.
And his production, and I was shocked. His production for his first 3 years is on par with Khalil Mack.
Yeah. Which guy are you talking about?
Max Crosby.
All right. I guarantee you he got double-digit sacks in college.
I said he might have. I said I gotta look at it. He might have, but he played on. I believe he played on a lower level too.
That's still, you know how to stack the quarterback.
Yeah, but if you playing on a lower level, that it's a big difference, man.
And we'll see how many sacks he got in those. So sacks, he had 1.5. 11 and 7.5 at Eastern Michigan. So he had 1 year of double-digit sacks at Eastern Michigan.
And then he had 10, 8. I think it was 10, 8, and 8, some shit like that.
He's only been in the league 2 years. 10 and 7.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, he got 1 double-digit year his first year, and then 7. But he still was Eastern Michigan, I mean,
that's
a
lower level one.
Yeah, but look at, like, I'll go to Kwity Paye.
Matter of fact, this is who you look up. Look up
like Kwity Paye has 1, 2, 6.5, and 2. Like he's not getting any sack production. Like, he only had one season, even tackles for loss. He only had one season of double-digit tackles for loss. He had 1.5, 5.5, 12.5, and 4.
At where? Michigan?
Yeah. He ain't played in the league yet.
No, I'm saying he played all 4 years there?
Yeah. His junior year was his best year. He had 12.5 tackles for loss and 6.5 sacks. Like, that's not number one DN prospect numbers. Like, now, I think...
I don't know why I don't get no service down there. Look up Cleveland Farrell.
Cleveland Farrell. He had 0, 6, 9.5, and 11.5.
Where? In
Clemson. Yeah.
0,
6.5, 9.5, 11.5. He got better every year.
Now look at him in the league.
Yeah. He's probably not a double-digit sack guy. Yeah. Oh,
I think the most he had was what, 5?
Yeah. I mean, it's speaking of my point. If you're not getting double-digit...
He got double digits 2 years in his
1 year.
I thought you said 0, 11, and 11.
No, I said 9.5 and 11.5.
Oh. Well, if you average it out, it'd be that 9.5 go to 10.
But we ain't talking about average. I'm talking about in this season, did you get double-digit sacks? And he would have way more production than Kwity Paye.
I think that kid's gonna surprise people.
I hope he does. It'd be nice, but it's not likely. It's just not. Like, your best season, you had 6.5 sacks.
Best dude in the league, Cleveland Farrell.
I think
had 4.5 and 2.
Yeah.
4.5 came in his first year.
That's probably what you're looking at with Kwity Paye. And he's gonna probably be picked as the first defensive end. But you know what's gonna be crazy? I think both the Miami kids are going to be the best defensive ends out of this class.
Me too.
And
I like Russo.
Yeah, Gregory Russo, but the reason that he's going to drop
is because he ain't play.
And even before that, that was the first time he's ever played defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's somebody, if we picked in the second round, I'd be happy about too. But people don't like that pick because they're like, you don't know what he is. But the other kid is nasty too for Miami. But he got the concussion issues. Mm-hmm. So, like, you got teams that may not want to take a risk on him because of that. But I think both of them is going to be better than Kwity Paye.
I like it.
But you got anything else you wanted to hit before we get out of here?
Nope.
Alright, so y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all share. We need some more shares. We need some more followers. I see them. They trickling up. So, appreciate all the new followers. Hit the like, hit the little thumbs up on the YouTube video when y'all see it. Because what that does is that pushes us up so more people can get the video. More people that see it, the more likes we get, the more potential followers we get, the more y'all help out the channel. And then once we hit that 100, we can start going live. So keep on sharing, keep on liking, keep on subscribing. But it's the 8672 podcast. I'm Chris.
It's Mase. Peace.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.